going on, man?
What's up, buddy?
All right, cool. How's your day going so far, dude?
Oh, this is my work day. I do a lot of work today, so
Okay.
yeah, just gonna get all my client shit done.
Nice. So I heard that I saw that you just transitioned to full time doing client
Yeah,
work.
well, I got like fucking close to 70 clients, so
No way, dude. That's awesome. So what were you doing before? I don't think I knew what you did.
I work for a chemical engineering company.
Okay.
So I designed, maintained, and installed chemical feed grids and skids and water and wastewater treatment applications.
Okay. Wow. It's a mouthful.
Yeah, it was something. It was something, but yeah, now I make, it's pretty lucrative, so I make really good money and started Reactive Training Systems, LLC, so I'm hoping, eventually I'll be able to get other people coaching under me.
That would be cool, yeah.
Like, just in that way I can, be kind of hands off. Like,
Yeah.
you guys coach and give me 10%.
Oh, that's really smart, yeah. And I mean, you have enough clients that you could potentially hand some off, be like, hey, look, I have these people, maybe I don't want them.
Yeah, the problem is just finding people that I trust. like Danny Vaji, she's been with me a while.
Yeah.
About a year. So a little over a year, actually. So she's not quite where I want her. It usually takes about a year and a half, 2 years to learn everything I want you to know.
Oh, yeah.
And then eventually I'd approach her and be like, hey, here's the deal. Let me see your past history of programming. And my thing is people will come to me like Chad Wild, for instance, who was at that seminar with us. When I was talking to him, he was like, man, it just sucks going to your seminar. And I said, why? And he said, because it made me realize how much stuff I just pull from you. And I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I'm like, why is that a bad thing? Do you think Michael Jordan gets upset whenever people want to be Michael Jordan?
Oh, yeah. Nope.
No. Do you think Zadrunas Savickas gets upset when people want to be Zadrunas Savickas? Why would I get upset if somebody uses my style of programming? That means they think it works. It works for them. They see the merit in it. They see the value in it. It's coaches that get upset of like people stealing programs. Fucking ridiculous to me.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like, they think they're inventing something. They're not inventing something.
I didn't invent anything.
Right?
I didn't invent anything. My programming method, I actually pull from a bunch of different methods. I pull from various coaches that I've worked with, things that I've liked, things, not every coach does everything perfect. But a big thing that I do is modified triphase. So triphasic training was created by Cal Dietz, and it's one of the best training systems ever. He's the head strength and conditioning coach for the University of Minnesota.
Okay.
And he created a strength training template for his athletes, his, sport athletes or whatever. And I read the book, but then I figured out a way to modify that program for strongman specifically and powerlifting specifically. There have been a few guys out there that have tried to modify it for strongman or tried to modify it for powerlifting. I don't think they were successful, obviously.
Yeah.
I think I am.
Yeah.
It's just longer phases, shorter breaks, working off RPEs. Cal doesn't put as much emphasis on linear progression as I do. So like there's things that, it's just finding things that work and then just trying to build on top of what works and like modify it to each person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Yeah. Does he have a book?
Yeah, it's called Triphase Training. Training. He's come out with a bunch of different programs. He's got a couple that are, and then he's got, Triphasic Training is probably the best one. I think Triphasic Training is probably the best. It's top 3 best training programs ever.
Yeah. You think just in general or specifically?
Just in general for strength training. There's nothing better out there.
Yeah.
It's tough to top. So tri-phase training is the tits, man. Cal Dietz made a fortune off that.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out. I've definitely been looking more into that and trying to
I'm
figure out.
sure you're probably doing it. Like
Yeah.
Danny's a client, so I'm sure. Have you been doing like eccentrics?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Have you been
Especially
doing
in the off season.
Have you been doing isometrics?
Yeah.
Like pauses?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my stuff. But that's modified triphase, and
Yeah.
that's Cal stuff. So
Yeah.
she's just giving you the strongman version, powerlifting version of triphase that I kind of dabbled with, and I'm not even saying I created anything. I just,
Yeah. That's really cool. Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start with a couple questions. Let's see. Okay, after starting strongman, like the first time you competed, when do you think you actually felt competitive? When were you like, okay, now I can compete against these dudes?
So I started strongman. My first contest was in like 2012. I think it was like right before I turned 21. 29 now. Fuck.
Oh wow, dude.
Yeah. So I did my first contest. I loved the sport. We had a strongman gym, and we had a heavyweight that was training there. His name was Derek Devon. We didn't have any of the equipment that we have now, though, and he was working towards getting his pro card. He eventually ended up competing at World's Strongest Man a couple of times. So we did the contest, and I got into a relationship with a chick, and she fucked me up. And I quit training. I got like skinny fat. You know that like you're skinny but you're fat.
Yeah.
So like I was skinny fat, and then she like abused me, and like I was domestically, like a big thing in domestic violence and stuff like that. And I ended up calling my best friend one night and moved into his place and lived with him and his mom actually for 3 years.
Whoa.
And we just trained and watched strongman and ate food all day, every day.
Yeah.
Go to work, come co-train,
Yeah.
and it was just every day. And that's so I lost for like 4 years straight, and then I finally won my first contest, which was the 200-pound class at Kentucky Muscle in 2015, and then I didn't lose for like 2 or 3 years straight. And when I won my first contest, that was when I knew. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then I won the next contest, and then I was like, and then after that, it was just like, I mean, it's a snowball. So
Yeah, and then you just hit the gas pedal. You're like, now I cannot. Now I'm never stopping.
Yeah, I didn't let up. I went straight from Kentucky Strongest Man to Beast of Bluegrass. Won that North American Log Deadlift Championships and Log and Deadlift Championships. I won that. Got my invite to World's Strongest Man. Won that one by like 20-something points. I didn't even have to do
that.
Dude. Then from there, I went to the Dallas Year Open. I won that at 105. I only weighed like 219 pounds. Yeah, I mean, it was like I was just a wrecking ball to Arnold.
Yeah.
Like I think I lost one contest, which was 105 World's Strongest Man. I got 6th out of 37, but I weighed in that contest at like 218 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, dang.
Nope.
I'm assuming most of the dudes are higher and they cut.
Oh yeah, all these dudes are cutting, and they're like, it doesn't matter what you weigh, and I'm like, listen, bro,
Yeah.
like cutting from a big weight. I said, sit where I sit all the time, be genetically small, show up, then talk shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I still got 6th. Like, come on.
I mean, that's good. Yeah. And then you came back and won.
Won the Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, won the Arnold, then did it ASM, and yeah, so.
Yeah. I know that for the Arnold, I think you've talked about it a couple times. Just once you won it, you've talked a couple times about gear and stuff and the things that you had to sacrifice for that. Do you think that it was worth it, or would you, if you could go back, would you maybe not do all of the gear?
Was the gear worth it? Yeah. Would I have done it differently? 100%.
Okay.
I would have taken my time with everything, man. I burned so many bridges.
Yeah.
That's the reality of the sport. You can make it. You can get your pro card, all that good fun stuff. You can achieve a lot in strongman without gear. But don't expect to make it to where I made it. Don't expect to make it to where these dudes have made it without it. And with that being said, you need to understand that when people start dabbling in that stuff, there's a lot of positives, but there's a ton of negatives. You can't expect to do this stuff and not take years off your life. You can't expect to do this stuff and not have, the bad that comes with it. I mean, you tank your cholesterol when you do this stuff. People, and the thing is people don't monitor their blood work. I do.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they'll do things like this, or they'll get their blood work done before they start a cycle and be like, oh, look, my blood's good. And then they'll get their blood work done after it. And they're like, oh, look, my blood's good. I'm safe. And it's like, no, what did it look like in the middle? Smack dab in the fucking middle.
Oh, yeah.
In the hot part of that cycle, what did it look like? Probably not that fucking great. And, I mean, I would have definitely did it. I had 2 women. I was engaged to one. At the first part right before I won the Arnold, and she was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I mean, she was crazy about me, family loved me and everything, and I just ruined her because my ego got so big with Instagram and social media and the drugs. They just fuck with your head, man. And people can say, oh, no, they don't. No, they don't. And it didn't make me mean. It didn't make me anything like that, but it made me delusional. You get this delusional thought in your brain that you're invincible, and that your actions will don't have any negative consequences, but they do. I would definitely have done it differently. And then I had another relationship with a girl who led up all the way to this past ASM, and it was too much therapy, too little, too late. And I've been to therapy and talked through things and stuff like that, but it was too little, too late. And it's a bummer, but I would have definitely did things differently. I think one of the most important things people can do whenever they do gear is not be afraid to communicate with people, not be afraid to seek people out, talk, because it's tough, man. Running cycles and stuff, the things that run through your head. If you don't have a solid support system around you like I do, I've had so much stuff happen in my life from my dad leaving when I was little. He's in my life now. But they had a bad divorce and shit with family, and I've had such a rough go at it. And if you don't have that solid system around you.
Yeah, that's hard, because then you go into it and maybe you're compensating with all of these things by getting as big as you can, winning as many competitions, doing all this stuff.
Having something to prove. You feel like you have something to prove, and at the end of the day, it's like, prove it to who? Who do you got to fucking prove it to? No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
I sacrificed, health to be the best I could at a sport that no one fucking cares about.
Yeah, and I think if a lot of people admitted no one really gives a fuck, then it wouldn't matter. They just have fun and they would really enjoy it.
That's what I tell all my clients now. I mean, I don't know if Danny's ever told you that, but when we were at the Arnold, I said, hey, you can win this, but at the end of the day, let's just go out there and have fun, just relax. And she does. Danny is serious, but she relaxes, she does her thing, and that's why she wins.
Yeah.
That's why I win. I mean, I'm never the guy that gets fired up before a lift. You'll see me being calm. Cool, calm, collected. Sometimes I'm stoned. I mean, it just...
See, I could not do that. There's no way I would...
Oh, buddy, I won the Arnold Classic a little baked.
That's great. Okay, so the Arnold, how far ahead were you on points? Did you do really good, or was it close?
So the Arnold, I actually barely squeaked into day 3. It was top four moving to day 3, and my judge was Patrick, and Patrick... is a very good judge. He's a very strict judge. But the other judges they recruited for the Arnold were very relaxed. In the event that I'm good at, that was my bread and butter, was a farmer's carry with the deadlifts in it. And I actually didn't do too hot on that because Patrick called me on a no rep, but I was doing the exact same reps as the people in the other lanes. But he said I bounced it, and they were bouncing it. But it is what it is. But I barely squeaked into day 3, and I told Jordan Donaldson... This is actually pretty funny. I told Jordan, I said, man, for your safety, for your benefit, you better hope I don't make day 3. Because day 3 was if I made day 3, I knew I was going to win. No one would have beat me on day 3 because it was a log clean and press 2 times, followed by an axle deadlift, max reps with 585. And then the second event on day 3 was a stone series. And those are log clean and press is my bread and butter. Axle deadlift, my favorite, and then stone series is easy. And I won both those events on day 3 and ended up winning the Arnold.
Damn. So it's crazy though, like something like that where if you would have not gotten into day 3, that's it. It's done. Yeah. Like even though you would have won day 3, you would have not seen it. Cool, man. All right, so this is something that I've struggled with. I'm going to go back to gear just because I think that's one of the most important things right now is talking about like. I know that you said a couple people when we did Squat Talk who turned pro without gear. Do you think that it is still possible? Do you think that it's something that long term you could win? Do what?
It just happened. I have a client right now who just got 3rd place at America's Strongest Man Heavyweights who's natty.
Okay.
I mean, it's totally natural. Wes Claiborne, you know, I can't speak for now. He's a nutrition client of mine, but I know for the longest time he was natural when he got his pro card. Josh Reynolds got his pro card natural. He's still natural. He just hit a 200-kilo log.
Whoa, natural. Okay.
Yeah, 440, man. Like, there are tons and tons of people that can do it natural. But I'm saying to compete at World's Strongest Man, to compete at the highest level in your weight class, for the lightweight dudes that will ever watch this, to beat me, you're going to need to do it.
Yeah.
Me as a 105, you're going to need to do it.
Yeah.
You won't beat me natural. It just won't happen. And I won't let it happen. And to beat the dudes at the heavyweight ASM and the heavyweight World's Strongest Man, you're going to have to do it. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. And you can say it's not fair. You can say all that stuff, but hey, you know what? There's no rules. Doesn't matter what you think. Sorry about you. If you don't think it's fair, pick up a different sport.
For sure. Yeah. Now, do you think, let's say, is there any sport that you think translate the best to strongman? Like any college sport that people could play? Wrestling. Okay. Yeah. Why do you think that?
Wrestlers make the best strongmen, and the reason being, like Josh Reynolds was a wrestler.
Yeah.
Wrestlers make the best strongman because to be the best at this, you have to have an intense discipline. You have to have the most discipline to be able to get your meals in. You have to be able to really suffer and embrace suffering. Because if you want to be the best at this, you've got to be able to suffer. I mean, look at. Okay, let's take a Husafel. Let's take a Husafel carry. Husafel carry is not a strength event. It's not about who's strongest. There are people that have huge squats that suck at Husafel. Husafel is an event of who can take the most pain.
Oh, yeah.
Who in the field is the person that is going to be able to pick up that block and carry that son of a bitch the furthest distance. And whenever their muscles start screaming and crying, they're going to be like, fuck this, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah.
It's about embracing that pain, and wrestlers just know. They know the suck. And wrestlers know the pain.
Do you think that's related to them being in weight classes, and so a lot of them have to cut, so they're used to like just
not even cutting? Have you ever wrestled? Have you ever wrestled?
No, I have not. No.
Okay, so I wrestled. Wrestling, and the reason I say it is because football, like for instance, football players. Okay, you got your summer practices, 2-a-days. Oh, boo-hoo. It's you got your pads on. You get your water breaks. No, wrestling, you are in a box.
Yeah.
For 3 to 4 hours with a bunch of sweaty dudes, and you are just going at it. It's not. You don't get the breaks in between. It's constant. Someone grabbing you, pulling you, yanking you, fighting you, constant tugging. Wrestling is. If I ever have kids, they'll wrestle.
Oh yeah.
Girl or boy. Wrestling just teaches an intense level of discipline. I don't think football teaches the discipline that wrestling takes. Basketball doesn't teach it. Baseball doesn't teach it. Wrestling teaches a level of discipline that is unmatched. You have to be able to wrestling takes so much strategy because it's all on you. Remember, strongman's all on you. Wrestling is all on you. It's not a team sport. There's no one there to help you. Football, you could play your position the best, but you could still lose because someone else fucked up. In wrestling, if you lose, it's because you fucked up.
Yeah.
In wrestling, you have to be one step ahead of your opponent, just like in strongman. If you're not one event ahead of the person, when people, this is the thing that drives me crazy. Whenever someone says, "Take it one event at a time, one event at a time, one event at a time," I'm like, "Fuck that! I've got everything right here in my head. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I know who's gonna do what. I know what this person's planning to do. I know what they can hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I go into ASM, I know who's good at each event. I know where I need to place points. I didn't win one event at ASM.
Yeah.
Didn't win one single event, but I still won.
Yeah.
You don't have to win every event, but it's wrestling. You have to be able to strike when your opponent's not ready for it. You got to be able to play defense. You got to be able, and it's just constant flowing, nonstop. Wrestlers make the best strongmen.
That's cool. I probably would have said something like gymnastics, but I think that applies to more like when they're younger.
Gymnastics is an individual sport.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's all on you. Any individual sport, man. If just something where like you're putting the onus on yourself to own it. That's why I think like when people are like team sports teach unity and teamwork, it's like that's great, but individual sports teach ownership and responsibility.
Yeah, because no one's there to like your coach will push you in football because you have to do it. My coach could push me, but like I'm alone. I have to do my whole program. If I don't do my whole program and I lose, I did it to myself.
That's it, and that's the thing, man. That's what I tell people. Like I can program the best shit for you all day, but at the end of the day, you're the one that's got to show up. You're the one that's going to have to compete, and you're the one. You know what I'm saying? You're the one that's going to have to deliver on your promises to yourself.
Yeah. Cool, man. I don't think I have that many more questions because some of these questions were related to your old job and you trying to transition, but you left your job, right?
Tomorrow's my last day.
Okay.
So you can ask what you want, man.
Okay.
I'm an open.
So, like, what is that? Is it like a physically demanding job? I'm assuming it is.
Yeah. I worked on a lot of construction sites. The worst part was the driving. So, like, I would actually like wake up, drive like anywhere from 30 minutes to 5 hours to a job site, and get out, unload all my stuff out of a work truck, and then like work around hazardous chemicals, like busting wrenches, hammers, like just like having to build these chemical feed grids and skids and maintain them over the years. And then like sometimes I would stay in the town, or sometimes like for instance, 2 Mondays ago, I woke up at 4:30 in the morning, drove 5.5 hours down to Tennessee, worked for another 6.5 hours, and then drove 5.5 hours back. I mean that was a long fucking day, and I was salaried, buddy. I don't get paid extra for that.
Oh fuck! So meals.
Why do you quit?
How do you get your meals in, dude? That is.
So that's easy. That's actually the easiest part. So I'll either pre-prep all my stuff and just bring it with me in a big cooler, or if I go out of town, I take an instant pot with me, because you can cook anything in an instant pot. And if I'm in a pinch and I don't have any food on me, I just stop by a local grocery store and I'll pick up like a couple cans of chicken, and then some fresh fruit and fresh vegetables, and just make a meal out of that and stuff.
Yeah,
and like,
that's something that I think a lot of people don't have that discipline to eat canned chicken. A lot of people would just be like, "Yeah, I'll just skip this meal, whatever,"
or they'll just eat fast food or something.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been plenty of times. Like I tell people all the time, the best thing, your best friend is like in a pinch is Chipotle. And what I do is I'll go to Chipotle and I'll get just the rice, because like it's like a fucking quarter. Like it's like a quarter, and I'll get just the rice, and then I'll put 2 packs of tuna in it. So that's like another 36 grams of protein in there, and then I'll mix up the tuna and the rice, and I get their salsa too. Like I'll have there's hot salsa on there, and then I put the tuna in there, and then I'll just eat some fresh fruit with it or vegetables, and like I mean, there's plenty. Like, dude, here's the thing: when people hit me with it's so hard to eat on the road, I'm like, every single gas station in America has a fucking microwave.
Oh yeah, dude.
Don't hit me with that. Like in my work truck, I have a Craftsman toolbox. It's like a little, foot tall by 2 foot wide Craftsman toolbox, and I have it in my center console. It is my center console, and I would keep bags of nuts, a bunch of cups of instant rice or those Uncle Ben's rice packs, depending on if it was a high carb day or not, and cans of tuna, cans of chicken, a bottle of olive oil. I mean, I just kept like a bunch of shit in there. And like the cool thing is in the wintertime, if people travel whenever they work, buy fresh fruits and vegetables and keep them in your work truck in the wintertime because it's fucking cold out. They're not going to go bad. And you'll always have fresh fruits and vegetables in your truck. And I mean, they're not going to go bad. You just leave them in there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already cold. So when you're not in your truck at night, it's like a fucking freezer.
Yeah. Yeah, and even there's definitely, I have worked at a job where there was no microwave, so I just ate fucking cold rice and turkey, and it sucks. But you just like, if I actually want to say like in 10 years I want to be really competitive, or 5 years, I just had to fucking do it. There's not an excuse. I just had to eat shitty food, and then that's it.
The best advice I can give people is to keep your rice soft and moist whenever you cook it. If you're going to eat it cold. Cook your rice, especially don't cook rice in an instant pot or a rice cooker. I tell people that all the time. That's the worst way to eat rice.
Okay, so that's how I cook it.
Yeah, the best way to eat rice is actually to use a pot.
Okay.
Use a pot, boil the water, put the rice in there, let it simmer, and then take a paper towel and put a paper towel over the top of the rice, and then put the lid on top of it. So what happens is that paper towel is going to absorb all the excess moisture from the steam, and then your rice will come out perfectly, so it won't be overcooked or undercooked.
Yeah. Okay, that's smart. Yeah, I'm constantly just adding water before I microwave it. Otherwise, it tastes like
perfect. And then scoop it out into your meal prep containers and like your leftovers into one big container, and let it cool down to room temperature before you put it away. Okay. And that'll keep your rice soft.
Yeah. So, how many calories are you eating right now? You're in off season, right?
Yeah, I'm only probably eating like 25 on 22 to 25 on an off day, and like maybe upwards of like 33 on a training day.
Okay, so I think a lot of people would be like, "Whoa, that's not very many," but you're also go ahead.
I'm losing weight. I'm down to like 224 right now, so I'm just kind of cutting. Plus, I was just sick. But training in season for ASM, the highest I got was 7,800 a day.
Yeah.
So, man, that was a high day.
Yeah. But, so I carb cycle too. I think that has been something that helped me a lot, especially when I'm trying to lose weight. Because, I mean, if you're eating consistently, I don't necessarily know the science behind it, but what I have found is that it allows me to eat less on certain days, and I'm not starving. If I eat less every day of the week, then I feel like shit compared to my training days.
Right.
All right. Well, let's see. Are you retiring from strongman? Do you think you're retired now, or what do you think?
That's a tough one, man. I said I was done competing, and then like I'll go train with my buddies, and I'm like, compete again. I don't know. We'll see. I'm really enjoying coaching. Like I'm really, really enjoying coaching. So who knows? I really enjoy watching other people succeed. But man, do I love kicking ass. I don't know. It just depends who talks shit. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's fun.
I usually only compete when people talk shit. So we'll see. I'm definitely not going to go heavyweight. Everyone always asks that. They're like, when are you going to go heavyweight? I'm like, fuck that. Dude. I don't want to go heavyweight. I've already won a couple heavyweight shows. I won Texas Strongest Man as a heavyweight. Like, I don't have – like, the thing is people are like, oh, you just have to prove. It's like, I don't fucking anything. I don't care to prove anything.
No, yeah. You got to be heavy, dude. That's hard.
Well, not only that, it's just unhealthy. Like, everybody that goes – like, all my buddies that are 105s that go heavyweight, their blood pressure's through the roof. Their cholesterol's through the roof. They got to run more drugs. Their bodies are beat up. Their knees hurt. I'm like, dude, my knees feel great. My elbows feel great. Everything feels great. My blood pressure is good. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. Like, it's for – like, you're going to go ahead – for what? For what?
Yeah.
So you can get fat? Cool.
Right. So you cannot have abs. No, you can have less abs, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. So you can get fat. Good job. Like, congratulations. You succeeded at your goal.
So you've been training at Core for, a long time, right? Since when?
Since the day it opened.
No way. Okay. So that gym is badass. Has it always been like that, or okay?
I remember the first day Aaron Mullen, the owner of Core Fitness Club, came in with his business partner at the time, Justin. Aaron bought Justin out a few years later because Justin became a missionary. But he came into my 5th grade health class. No, not 5th grade. I'm sorry, 7th grade health class, and said they were opening a gym down at the Kroger by the Kroger in Mooresville. That's the first day I met Aaron, and I've known him ever since, and I've been a member at that gym ever since. And they bought a new location a few years ago. We all helped build it.
Okay.
It was an old lumber yard, and yeah, we built. It had a separate barn attached to it, and we put all the strongman stuff out there and started training strongmen in the barn. And in Indiana, it gets cold. It'd get like to -10. And we would train in the wintertime at 6 a.m. on a Saturday or a Sunday at 6 a.m. And we would have to huddle by a wooden stove to keep warm in between events. And on farmers' carries days, we would have to heat up the farmers' handles with blowtorches before we went.
Dude.
Yeah, we would have to heat up the yoke bars. We would have to heat up the stones with blowtorches before we used them. Yeah, it was just like, it was so horrible. It was so, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I'm sure it built something inside you that's like, I just got to do it. If I really want to be the best,
Wrestlers, bro. That's the thing. Wrestlers, like most people would have quit. They'd be like, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
But wrestlers would just, you don't quit.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's one thing. Derek and my training partners wouldn't let you quit.
Yeah.
Like, we would be cold. We would be wearing hoodies and yada 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 and fucking bitching and complaining and fuck this and yada. Like, but it was the best. That train, and this is how I treat my clients. My training and my clients' training will always be harder than any contest we ever do.
Oh yeah.
That's why we win. That's why everyone on the team wins, because we suffer more than anyone at that contest could have ever imagined. So the contest is a break.
Oh yeah. I think some of that has trickled down to Danny giving to me, because I'm like, my last contest I was like, this is fucking easy. I've been like exhausted every day I trained, and then I go to the competition like I'm like peaked. I'm not tired. Just like it's easy.
Yeah, you're just hanging out, and everybody else is fucking gassing around like event 5. They're like, huh, and I'm like, only 5 events in this show? Is that all we're doing?
Right?
Like,
Can we add a few more?
yeah, like I'm good. Like I have a habit of training the next day. I always train after a contest.
Okay.
Now I didn't train after ASM. Fuck that.
Oh yeah, no, I can imagine, dude.
Oh, that was a heavy one. But yeah, the gym owner Aaron, he's taken such good care of us for years. He bought every piece of equipment he could from the Arnold. And just slowly built up his collection. Now, I mean, we have the most ridiculous gym. We're so fucking spoiled.
Dude, I know. I like see videos. I'm like, that place is huge. There's stuff everywhere.
Yep. He's had, me and Derek Devon and Adam Lane. We've all went to Worlds in our respective weight classes. I've won Worlds. We've had tons of people like, Brian Shaw and everybody there. Like it's a landmark in the strongman community. If you haven't been to Core Fitness in Mooresville, Indiana, you're fucking missing out. Like it blows some of the best strongmen in the nation come there and they look at it and they're like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "I know."
Dang. So as far as like training partners, who was your first training partner?
Nicholas Belowski.
Okay.
My best friend. He's still my best friend. He's still my training partner. He's the shit, man. He's the best. We butt heads in training sometimes. Like we fucking got at each other's throat yesterday because he was doing farmers carry. I do his programming.
Yeah.
And he was doing farmers carry, and I told him to work up to a heavy 50 feet on farmers. And he was getting ready to go, but he was taking up like the entire fucking runway at core. And I said, "Fucking move!" And like we just started bitching at each other, cussing. And then after the training, we're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like it never affects us.
Yeah.
But he's my best friend. I would die for that dude. He's pushed me to be the best I could ever have been, and I think that's why I got so good is because I was always training with a heavyweight. So it was like I was always shooting for his numbers, and he's still fucking stronger than me.
Yeah.
But he's a heavyweight, and he's got a girlfriend who has a kid and stuff. So like he's got other priorities. But It I have so many good things to say about that dude. He's the best person in my life. He's my life mentor too. So yeah, that's my training partner, Nicholas
Dude, that's
Pillar.
awesome. It definitely it's cool to be able to say like this person's been with me the entire time. They see me when I was shitty in a horrible relationship.
Every single show I have done since the first show I won, every single show that I've done since then, if he's went to it, I win it.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. You
He's
need
like,
to just start
I don't
paying
know
him to
what it is.
come.
It's like a power. He's a power. Like if he shows up to the show, I'm like, okay, I'll win this one.
Yeah.
So
Cool, man. Well, go ahead and I want you to plug your website. I'll probably I think I put a link to it on Squat Talk, but I'll put a link on this.
okay, yeah. My website is www.reactanttrainingsystems.com. Not reactive, not reactor. Reactant Training Systems. That's with an A. .com, and it's in progress right now. I have the bulk of it up, but I'm going to add a forum. I haven't decided if the forum's going to be free or subscription based. If it is going to be subscription based, it's going to be like $4 or $5 a month. And the reason it'll be subscription based is because we're going to talk about gear and stuff like that on the forum. You know, just giving not advice so much, but just making sure people understand what things do. And also there's going to be an article section that's going to be free, but I'm going to use that subscription money to pay the best athletes in the world to write articles.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Because there's not a lot of, people expect things for free. And these guys, like Carlos Reyes, one of the best powerlifters in the world, the dude, he has a full-time job and a wife and stuff. I can't be, hey, do this for me for free.
Yeah.
So I want to go to get people like him, and Sean DeMarinis, and Anthony Furman, and James Steffenbaugh, and like these great minds in the sport. And I want to get these guys like Adam Dirks and cash. So if people subscribe to the forum, they need to know that like the cash isn't for me. I make plenty of money. I'm good. The cash is for making the website more accessible for everybody and a better place for everyone. I'll be able to, take the money and give them money to be able to go like, hey, go in the forum and answer questions, for, an hour or two. Here's, $100 or whatever.
Yeah. I think Strongman has definitely, something like this needs to happen because Strongman's behind as far as things like that. Like there's not a lot of people who are doing cool shit like that.
Yeah, Strongman's about 20 years behind everything. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to boost it up. But Strongman's about 2 decades behind everybody in terms of nutrition, drugs, research, everything. It's everybody's like, oh, it's a fucking rock. Just pick it up.
Yeah, it's literally just like just pick it up and press it.
Yeah. So, but that's the website, Reactant Training Systems. I'm currently the only coach. Eventually, I'll have other coaches on there. You can inquire. I'm still taking new clients. Like I said, I'm up to, I can't remember how, 60 plus or something like that right now. I have to look, but I got a ton of fucking clients right now. But I think I could carry about 100. Yeah. I could do about 100 a week. That'd be right at the precipice of what I could do. Like
right before you explode.
Right before I fucking explode, because programming, each person takes about 15 to 20 minutes a week to answer questions and all that stuff. So with 100 people, you got to break it up.
Oh, yeah.
I have to break it up right now between 2 days. So I think at 100 people, I have to break it up between 5 days.
Yeah, like sitting down in front of the computer, just staring at a computer all day is rough.
Fucking God. Oh my Lord, it is torture. People are like, so all you do is sit at the computer and jack off all day? I'm like, well, yeah, there's breaks when I do that, but it's what it is. Guy, your boy's on some testosterone. He's got to take a break every once in a while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but this has been fun, man.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate you being on Squad Talk and being so cool. It was awesome to have someone who I've looked up to for so long on it, man.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm going to try and set up a seminar or something in Texas again, or just fucking come hang out. I miss Danny. I miss seeing her. I think I want to get a training session in with her before the Arnold, because she needs someone who can put a foot in her ass in training and really push her. Because
Yeah.
I mean, there's no one down there to really,
Yeah.
She's
She's up there, dude. Yeah.
she's a fucking league of her own, man.
Dude,
And
yeah.
I'm so pumped to watch her at the Arnold go against like Donna Moore and like all those big names. Because Danny, that's going to be a very hard competition for her.
Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to like stress to her like, hey, this is going to be the fucking big one. This is going to be tough. You've beaten the Americans, but now you got to go up against Andrea, Donna Moore. This is going to be a tough one. But
So she just got the log record, right? Was that every weight class?
That's the overall world record, yeah. And that is only a glimpse of what's coming.
Dude, yeah, also the video, she looks so easy. I think it was like 285. I was like,
That's
yeah,
my girl,
well.
man. That's my girl. I can't remember who it was. I was talking to a buddy of mine. They were like, aren't you afraid someone's going to poach her from you? I said, no. No. I said, that girl's I got her to do a 285 fucking log press, and she's going to press 300. She ain't going. That's my girl. I take very good care of Danny.
Yeah.
Danny gets Danny and she always gets whenever she's like, something doesn't feel right, I'm like, okay, let's fucking see what's going on. Like, Danny, she's my chick. She's a good friend. She's a great person. So, but yeah, I got a couple clients now that I got another pro down in Texas now on training. Tommy.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
I'm training Tommy Sharp now, so I'm getting him prepped.
Is that like really recent?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you're gonna have the whole world under your belt soon.
I got a lot of pros, man. I got a lot of pros, so it is what it is. And they're all my friends. That's the best part. So it's like, I get to fucking torture them, fucking torture the shit out of them.
Watch videos of them being beat up, like.
Oh man, see, because I've trained Tommy before, and Tommy, like, we were talking on the phone the other day. He's like, "Listen here, man." He said, "That shit you did to me before, I just can't." He says, "Too much volume. I just can't do it. It hurts." And I'm like, "Whatever, big fucking baby. They're not gonna handle it." I'm like, "Yeah, you big fucking baby." So.
Until he like wins a big competition, he's like, all right, fucking give me everything. I'll take it all.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody bitches till they win. They're like, well, fucking okay.
But then they still bitch. You still bitch. You just less bitchy.
And then I bitch back at them. When they bitch at me, I just bitch back.
Yeah. That's
like,
Danny said that. She was like, I don't complain to Terry anymore because he'll fuck me up, dude. She said one time she like said something and you like gave her something that she hated so much.
Oh, that's funny. That's classic Terry. Anytime someone bitches to me, like I had a client of mine bitching about split squats. They were like, I just fucking hate doing split squats. And I'm like, oh yeah, those are the worst. And the next week I got their program. It was like 20 sets of split squats.
Fuck, man. Yeah, there's something about. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. We'll add this in. If you're not doing split squats or unilateral work and you do strongman, you will lose every contest you do.
Yeah.
Because how the fuck are you supposed to be as strong as you can be on two legs if you can't be as strong as you can be on one leg?
Oh, yeah.
That's the wrestler. That's the embracing what sucks mentality.
Yeah.
Like my client, Uncle Nick, who trains with Brian through. He's a client of mine.
Yeah.
And he has the Embrace the Suck t-shirts.
Yeah.
So that's what I tell people. Embrace the fucking suck, man. If I'm telling you to do it, it's because I want you to fucking win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and if you wanna win, you just fucking. That's it. It just sucks.
Oh, dude, I trained Nicholas Camby, pro strongman Nicholas Camby for ASM. He was competing against me. I was training him to beat me. I was doing everything I could to get him to beat me. That dude, he had a very good contest. He pulled a 200-pound deadlift PR.
Fuck.
Yeah, like just out of fucking pulled it out of his ass.
Fuck, man.
I was like, wow, that was really impressive.
Like, slow down, dude. I don't want you to actually beat me.
No, I would love it.
That would be sick.
It's a win-win for me.
Yeah.
It's a fucking win-win for me. If I beat him, cool. That means I'm America's strongest man. If he beats me, fucking awesome. That means I'm the best coach in the fucking world.
America's strongest coach, dude.
America's strongest coach. But yeah, this has been fun, man. Cool.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it. I will talk to you later.
We'll see you later, buddy.
Later, man.